Welcome back, Cyber Squad. This week's cybersecurity landscape, brutal. From Bluetooth backdoors in your car to remote workers moonlighting for North Korea again, and even your favorite game going offline from a security exploit. There's a lot to unpack. This episode breaks down what's happening and why it matters, even if you've never read a CVE in your life, because let's face it, today's threat actors aren't just exploiting flaws in tech, they're exploiting flaws in trust. Precision matters more than ever. A single misconfiguration, outdated tool, or overlooked API can set off a cascade of issues. So we're not just reporting the news, we're showing you what these patterns mean and how attackers are thinking. Let's dive into this week's threat map. This week's top threat isn't just code, it's people. The UK's National Crime Agency arrested 4 individuals, 3 men aged 17 to 20, and 1 woman. They were linked to the infamous Scattered Spider gang. This crew has been behind major cyber attacks on brands like Marks & Spencer, Co-op, and Harrods. Scattered Spider isn't your average script kiddie group. They're pros at social engineering, SIM swapping, phishing, and extortion. And the kicker? They often work inside larger cybercrime collectives like the COM, responsible for everything from ransomware to kidnapping. The implication in this, we are seeing a real-world collision between physical and digital crime. These aren't basement hackers. They're part of organized cybercrime syndicates, blending deception and tech fluency to get inside systems, steal identities, and hold data hostage. The lesson in this, insider risk and social engineering aren't abstract. They are your top tier threat. Let's break down the week's most dangerous headlines, because behind every breach is a pattern that someone missed. Perfect Blue Bluetooth flaws. Open Synergy Blue SDK found in vehicles by Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, and Skoda. 4 chain bugs in the Bluetooth stack allow remote code execution, or RCE. Think of it like unlocking someone's car, installing malware, and vanishing without physical contact. The major cyber flaw in this is that it's causing memory corruption and logic bugs in Bluetooth stacks. The implication in this is exploiting vehicles could soon move beyond infotainment hijacking and into location tracking, engine distribution, or driver surveillance. Back at it again. The U.S. Treasury sanctioned Sung Kong-hyuk of the Andaro Group for enabling fake IT workers to infiltrate American companies remotely. These workers didn't just write code. They siphoned sensitive data and split crypto earnings back to North Korea. The cyber flaw on this is weak or unverified identity checks for remote workers. Do I have to say it again? Credentialed access from sanctioned nations equal long-term supply chain risk. Verification is a top priority security tool. Shelter tool weaponized. After a legit red team tool leaked in April, attackers began using it to stealthily load stealers and rats. The flaw in this, trusting offensive security tooling plus poor download hygiene. The implication in this, even tools to test defenses can become real-world threats. Fortinet's critical flaws. CVE 2025-25257 and 22859. SQL injection in FortiWeb plus chains and cross-scripting XSS and FortiClient allow attackers to reroute traffic, execute code, or hijack management. Cyber flaw in this, unvalidated headers and insufficient input sanitization. The implication in this is, with full organization access possible, patching isn't optional. It's survival. Chinese hacker Silk Typhoon, a state-sponsored attacker involved in Exchange zero-day attacks, Hafnium cluster, has been caught in Italy. His ops targeted U.S. government and infrastructure. The cyber flaw in this, patch lag on 0 days, especially Exchange server bugs. The implication of not doing this, slow patching equals nation-state backdoor. Here are this week's trending CVEs and why they matter. CVE 2025-25257, FortiWeb again, via unsanitized barrier token. Allows unauthenticated DB control. CVE 2025-7026 and 7029, Gigabyte UEFI, allows code execution in system management mode, SMM, which is rank -2, below even your OS kernel. CVE 2025-47227 and 47228, script case, command injection in backend PHP scripts. CVE 2025-44954, Ruckus Wireless, remote code execution plus info leaks due to hard-coded secrets. And CVE 2025-0141, Palo Alto Global Protect, authentication bypass. The key takeaway in these is UEFI flaws and SMM access are the holy grail for stealth persistence. If you control boot, you control everything. Here's what else is making waves globally. Atomic Stealer adds backdoor new version of Mac OS targeting. Stealer AMOS adds persistent access tactics shifted from cracked apps to fake job interviews. Call of Duty RCE bug. Live multiplayer exploited to open command prompts and crash PCs. The game had to be taken offline for a little bit. Bait Trap Scam Network. 17,000 fake news sites redirect users to crypto scams using Google Ads. Dutch teens run phishing ring. Teens as young as 14 tricked users with QR codes to steal banking info. Don't scan everything you see. And Krylock dev sentence. Russian ransomware developer jailed 7 years after 60 million euros were seized. This week's featured tool, GitPhish. It simulates GitHub device code phishing, one of the nastiest new social engineering attack vectors. Here's how it works. It tricks users into authorizing malicious OAuth flow via an 8-digit code. Once approved, the attacker gets access tokens. These tokens can access organization repos and CI and CD secrets. Why this matters. GitPhish helps red teams simulate real attacks, and detection teams test their visibility. It mirrors a technique used in the wild by Russian APTs. The security tip for this, monitor for odd GitHub logins and audit all authentication app access. Now, our tip of the week, if you want to stay ahead of CVEs, just automate it. Use tools like Nuclei, NUCLEI, for custom scans, or GRYPE, GRIP for container CVEs, or OSV Scanner for open source dependencies, and combine these with Nmap plus Voners NSC to scan servers live. When you do this, you can filter CVEs by exploit availability, public exposure, and CVSS score greater than 8.0. This week proved again that the enemy isn't just at the gates. It's sometimes in your development tools, your gaming sessions, even your Bluetooth stack. Whether it's a team with a phishing kit or a nation-state hacker with a 0-day, the attack surface is massive and growing. So don't just patch, don't just monitor. Understand the tools being used against you and flip the script. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss next week's heat, keeping you safe one click at a time. CyberDev.